on 4 News Now at 6, a 15-year-old in Post Falls hit by a car on his way to school. Why parents in the area think it will happen again and what they say needs to change.
I am tracking some beautiful fall weather. I'll show you a few. You need to break out a few more layers anytime soon in the First Alert forecast.
Plus, construction returns to Cheney Spokane Road. How businesses are reacting to the road being dug up for the second time this year. That's tonight at 6:30. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. A Post Falls student is recovering tonight from being hit by a car on their way to school. Some say they are not surprised it happened at this intersection.
It's hard to see because the lights aren't always flashing and you're already looking for the roundabout traffic.
Parents are demanding change. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. This all happened at the roundabout at Cecil and Pole Line Avenue near Post Falls High School. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yards is live at that intersection tonight. Alexandra, what are police saying about lowering the risk of this type of crash?
Hey, Kirsten, so what officers say pedestrians must always be doing is hitting this button, and that turns on the crosswalk sign, which then brings those flashing lights right above me. But this does not take away from the fact that this is a very busy intersection. You can see some of the buildup behind me. School's already been out for a couple of hours, but you can still see the busyness and the traffic that is going on. And parents in this area say that what happened this morning is a wake-up call, that something needs to be done to make sure that kids here remain safe.
A death trap is how one woman explained this roundabout to me.
I think it creates an unnecessary hotspot, for just traffic in general, especially when kids are in and out of school, riding their bikes.
Many Post Falls High School students cross this intersection of Pole Line and Cecil daily. For parents, what happened was unfortunately not a surprise.
What were your thoughts when you first saw that post earlier today?
I just thought that's avoidable. It's avoidable. We know it's a problem. The city knows it's a problem. The school knows it's a problem.
On social media, many expressed having seen or experienced similar incidents at this intersection. Many of those driving this roundabout are high schoolers and are new to the road, adding even bigger risks of accidents.
They're learning the rules. They're learning how to negotiate oncoming traffic, be offensive, defensive. And then you've got lots of kids on feet, on bikes. And I think it's just a really conglomerated area.
Post Falls police encourage drivers to be mindful that they share roads with pedestrians and bicyclists. But for those who live here, they say it is time for change and that something needs to be done about this area.
Being proactive and seeing it before that happens we don't have that opportunity now because it's already happened, but we do have the opportunity to prevent it from happening again. And I think we should take that seriously.
Police say that the child who was hit during this incident has been released from the hospital with minor injuries and that the car who hit them was given a citation. Now, officers also tell me that there is a big chance they will be adding some more patrol cars to this area following what happened this morning. Reporting live in Post Falls, sending it back to you, Kirsten.
Alexandra, thank you. Well, an inmate in Arkansas is now facing charges for using a cell phone to sexually exploit a child in North Idaho. Hazma Nijma was already serving a sentence for the distribution and receipt of child pornography. Federal prosecutors say between August and October of last year, he got a hold of multiple cell phones while in federal prison and used them to exploit a child in North Idaho. Federal court documents do not indicate how Nijma got the phones and what methods he used to allegedly exploit that child. If convicted, he faces between 25 and 50 years in federal prison. Well, we should all be soaking up these evenings. Some are ready, some are not. The beautiful fall weather's on the way. I think you can tell by my mug. There's a little ghost on there.
It says, "Hey, boo." I love that mug.
And now I pass the baton to you, my friend.
Yes, yesterday it was 80, didn't feel anything like a fall. Today in the 60s felt maybe a little too much. We're going to split the difference, and I think everybody is going to be happy with this weather. Right now it is cloudy in downtown Spokane. See a little bit of the sunset off to the west, but more clouds than sun to be sure, and that has had an impact on our temperatures. We've been in the 60s today in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint at 68 right now, only 61 in Pullman and 67 degrees in Lewiston. As you head to the west, we find more sunshine and warmer weather, including 82 in Omak at 77 right now in Grand Coulee. Doppler radar shows we are just on the far northwestern edge of a system that is bringing some showers from Orofino up through the central panhandle and into western Montana, where we're seeing some thunderstorm activity. This is rotating our way, but is just barely going to be brushing the region. A few sprinkles up in the panhandle of Idaho right now. Our forecast radar shows a little bit of hit and miss shower activity as we get into the overnight. Here's midnight. Most of the wet weather again staying in western Montana. By tomorrow morning, we're still going to have a fair amount of clouds from Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and points to the south, but we are going to be clearing out very quickly, and that's going to set the stage for a really pretty fall day. Let's take it hour by hour. Partly sunny for the first few hours of the day. Here's 10 a.m. still with partly sunny skies and in the 50s by 10 a.m. Then we're into the 60s for noon, and then bright blue skies, winds generally less than 10 miles per hour, 72 at 2 o'clock. Kids are getting out of school, sweatshirts left on the playground. We'll be in the mid 70s. Beautiful blue skies and sunshine through the evening. Just a gorgeous fall day. I'll be back in just a few minutes to tell you about the 7-day forecast that is coming up.
Thank you, Chris. Well, with those cooler temperatures, the U.S. Bureau of Land Management lifted fire restrictions on public lands. The department says you should still be careful when driving on roads or trails with high grass or vegetation. And also fireworks and exploding targets are still banned at all times on federal public lands. Anyone caught could face up to a year in jail or a $1,000 fine. Emotions were high today as people came to show their support for one of Spokane's most famous delis, Domini Sandwiches. This comes after the owner announced the family business would be closing shop in early December. Marissa Rio shows us the imprint the Domini family has left on our community.
As you can see behind me, the line is out the door here at Domini Sandwiches. Everybody trying to get a great sandwich and a bag of popcorn. And inside, it is completely packed. Tom Domini is in there, and he's feeling all of the emotions.
We've come here a long time. Been a long time, 35, 40 years.
The personality behind the counter.
Hi, Domini Sandwiches.
And the impeccable customer service is what makes Domini Sandwiches a pillar in our community.
So it was really fun to grow up and seeing multiple generations of families.
Tom Domini began working for the family business when he was 17. His dad and uncle started it off as a tavern, and in the 60s, it transitioned to Domini Sandwiches.
Here in Spokane, everybody knows everybody. It's like a small town now. Of course, it's a lot bigger, but everybody knows everybody. It's just a great feeling to have a successful family business and be able to carry on as long as we have.
For decades, Tom has been
a tiny roast beef, cheddar French dry,
taking orders, slicing meat and cheese, and wrapping sandwiches in foil.
The way that they make it, everything's fresh.
Plus, you can't forget about the free side of warm popcorn. After all these years, though, Tom Domini says he's ready to retire.
I probably cried a couple times.
It's a decision that doesn't come easy. His rule for the next owner, they have to be here working, just like he is now. And there is a potential buyer.
It'll be the same. The name will be carrying on if it happens, and everything will be the quality will be the same because I'll be working with her for a while to make sure it's run right.
Tom says Washington Trust, where Domini's is located, wants the space, so Domini Sandwiches will have to move locations once he sells it. Until then, the community has until December 6th to enjoy the legacy that is Domini Sandwiches. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
And Tom knows I will be there until that closing date for sure. We will be thinking about all of our friends at Domini Sandwiches. Well, Instagram is a new type of, they have a new type of account for people under the age of 18. How these new teen accounts are meant to better protect your kids online still ahead. And if you need that morning coffee, it might be doing more than just waking you up. How it might be helping to protect your heart. Plus, how Gonzaga is making sure their students are registered to vote. That's next, right here on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
In the ICU, I see patients suffering from asthma and lung disease. So the fact that Initiative 2117 would mean more toxic air pollution in Washington is unacceptable for my patients and their health. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Selection. Wendell Nissan has it. Altima, Frontier, Titan, Rogue. Even certified pre-owned vehicles. Cars, trucks, and SUVs. Our inventory has never been better. Great selection, great service, and great financing options. Don't delay. Visit Wendell Nissan at the Y on North Division and drive for generations.
So, boss man, what are we doing today?
Oh, just annual maintenance.
Annual maintenance?
Yeah, the yearly tune-up to keep the heating and cooling stuff running. Wait, you do get tune-ups on your HVAC equipment, right?
Any chance you can come by my house after this and check out my system?
Get a free heat pump with every furnace purchase at Bill's Heating and AC while supplies last. Call now.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
When your child has asthma, every day you worry about the next attack. So the fact that Initiative 2117 would mean more toxic air pollution makes it out of the question for me. 2117 is a bad deal for Washington.
Welcome back. In our For the People coverage, today is National Voter Registration Day. And in the spirit of it, students and teachers at Gonzaga helped get people registered to vote. Madeline Mullins went to the voter registration drive today and has more on the resources they provided and where you can find them.
1, 2, 3, democracy!
I'm here on the Gonzaga campus where students are sharing with their peers about why it's so important for young people to be involved with their politics.
I teach political science, and we know that one of the most important things for the democratic process to function is to have people offer their perspective.
One of those perspectives is that of young voters.
I think our voices really do need to be heard, especially at Gonzaga when most of us weren't eligible to vote during the last presidential election.
To help get young voters more involved,
it means you're registered in Spokane. Yeah.
Rebecca Donaway and Sarah James held a voter registration drive with their communication and political science classes.
We got 11 registrations, friends. 11 new voters. Really, for so many of our students, this is their first time voting, and the habits that they create right now between the ages of 18 and 24 are really important to what kind of civic engagement they have going forward.
Tatum Leonard is a senior at Gonzaga. She says some students are not as excited about voting as others.
I think a lot of people think their vote doesn't matter.
But James says that is not the case.
That might feel especially like it is the case for something like the presidential election, but there's so many local and state elections that are happening that can be won by a couple hundred votes.
They had lots of resources available for students, and some of them can be found online at vote.org and vote.gov.
Here you can register to vote, request an absentee ballot, and preview the ballot that you'll receive.
And I think the message that we're often trying to remind students of is I think the world can feel really out of control sometimes, and there's so much rhetoric about doom and gloom, especially for their generation. And the only way to change that is to start participating in politics.
With 4 News Now, I'm Madeline Mullins.
And if you still need to register to vote, don't worry, there's still plenty of time. In Washington, you have until October 28th to register by mail or online, and you can also register in person on Election Day before you cast your ballot. In Idaho, you have until October 11th to register by mail or online. In the Gem State, you can also register day of in person. Well, tomorrow is the second gubernatorial debate between Attorney General Bob Ferguson and former U.S. Representative Dave Reichert at the Fox Theater in Spokane. We will have a crew at the debate, and we do want to hear from you what issues you want to hear the candidates talk about. Tell us about them. You can submit your questions on our Facebook page, or you can go over to KXLY.com and click on the Elections tab. The presidential candidates were back on the campaign trail today following the apparent assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. Mr. Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, blaming the latest attempt on Democrats' political rhetoric.
We want to make it so that we cut out the ridiculous rhetoric that I think has put a giant target on Donald Trump's back.
Both President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris condemning political violence.
We can and should have healthy debates and discussion and disagreements, but not resort to violence.
Investigators say they're still searching for a motive on why Ryan Routh allegedly wanted to kill Donald Trump. They say he spent nearly 12 hours in the bushes with a rifle waiting for Mr. Trump at his golf course in Florida.
Thank you, Sarah.
As of now, Routh has only been charged with federal crimes, but Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says there could be additional state charges.
We did hit 70 degrees today in Spokane, down 10 degrees from our 80 of yesterday. We're going to split the difference tomorrow and head up to 75. Take a look at that sunrise and sunset time in the 6 o'clock hour tonight. We have less than an hour of daylight. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
I think this is my favorite. Okay, hun, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
What does Demi Lovato want you to know about her documentary Child Star that everyone's talking about? Well, tomorrow morning, she's live right here on GMA. And the first Golden Bachelorette in her first morning TV interview. What will she reveal? Tomorrow morning on Good Morning America.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
I started taking care of my mom about 5 months ago. She has dementia, and then being newly diagnosed with lung cancer, my mom was unable to stay in her home. Balancing work and caregiving has been a struggle. Knowing that Wall Cares will be available relieves a lot of stress. Having access to those funds would have helped so much, financially and mentally, because life is unpredictable. Wall Cares moves with you, even if you move out of Washington.
What can we make for you today? From the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Taking a look at our radar right now, just seeing a few sprinkles up around Newport, heading to the mountains west of Sandpoint. Most of the wet weather is to the south and east, and we'll try to rotate in to extreme eastern Washington. You may see a sprinkle or two tonight. Otherwise, we are going to be staying dry and cloudy, though. Here a look at live conditions. It is mostly cloudy and 67 in Spokane. Just a hint of late day sun through those clouds off to the west. We are looking east over the Veterans Memorial Bridge in Coeur d'Alene at a gloomy sky. It is 68 degrees in the Lake City. 4 things to know about your weather. We do have some just gorgeous fall weather ahead for the next few days. Sunny tomorrow and in the mid-70s, which is just about average. We're going to stay dry through Saturday and perhaps through Sunday. I'll explain in just a moment. Fall officially starts on Sunday. It is the autumnal equinox, and we have a 20% chance of showers on Sunday. Otherwise, 0 Wednesday through Saturday, and a lot of sunshine to go along with it. Now, you might look at this satellite and radar and think, well, how are we going to avoid the precipitation? It's got us surrounded. We've got an area of low pressure here that's going to rotate those sprinkles in this evening. We've got another area of low pressure bringing wet weather to the west side of the state. But one system is going to be moving off to the north and east, and the next one is diving down the coast. As we put this into motion, we are just left in between these two departing systems with dry weather on Wednesday. We are dry on Thursday with seasonable conditions, a weak disturbance passing by to our north in Canada. Dry on Friday. And into Saturday, too. We do have this system approaching for Sunday, but it is weakening as it does. And it looks like most of the wet weather with this system is going to be staying to the north into Canada, perhaps over the mountains, which is just going to leave us with another pretty fall day. And it will officially be fall to go along with that fall weather. Overnight lows tonight will be clearing out and cooling down nicely in Colville into the 30s. Elsewhere, it will be 40s and 50s, and I'm keeping my promise to give you plenty of notice if we are getting anywhere near a frost around the region, and we are not. Wednesday's highs will be in the 70s and 80s in most locations, Kellogg the exception. We are going to hold on to the clouds a little bit longer in North Idaho, so you'll notice temperatures are a little bit cooler, but that will not be the case much longer because we are clearing out across the region Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday, a few more clouds drifting through as that system approaches, but I really have my doubts about any precipitation on Sunday. Of course, we'll keep you updated as that system approaches, but forge ahead with your fun fall weekend plans. I know you want to go to Green Bluff, Kirsten. I see you in line there.
Yeah, you're seeing me nodding along. I'm ready. I'm ready for all of the pumpkins. Thank you, Chris. Well, many of us need a couple of cups of coffee in the morning to get through the day, and a new study shows, Chris is raising her hand, that it might be good for your heart. Researchers found 1 to 3 cups of coffee a day could keep you from developing cardiometabolic multimorbidity, or CM. That's when you have at least 2 heart and metabolism related conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. The study suggests moderate caffeine intake could reduce the onset of CM by 48%. Researchers caution since the study is observational, other factors may actually be the cause of the improved heart health. Well, still ahead, changes are coming to your child's Instagram account, how they're meant to protect teens online. Keep it right here.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The new Toyotas are rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota.
And that means great deals on your favorite rides with low financing available now.
This week at Findlay.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
Are you ready to stay for less and play for more? The Kootenai Casino has low room rates and our most exciting gaming yet. Book now to get your deluxe room at the Kootenai Falls Lodge for just $99 every midweek night in September. And join us for September Hot Spins, Weekend Super Spins, and catch the game Monday nights. Score big in September. Book your getaway at the Kootenai Casino today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
The Spokane Home Builders Association and Fred's Appliance are proud to present the 20th Annual Fall Festival of Homes, featuring 16 gorgeous homes from 11 of Spokane's finest builders, like Grit and Timber and Lennar. Whether buying, looking for remodeling ideas, or decorating inspirations, find it at the Fall Festival of Homes. Visit fallfestivalofhomes.com for all the details.
Fred's Appliance Clearance Centers are your one-stop shop for top-quality appliances and unbeatable prices. Top brand closeouts, full factory warranty, and new inventory arriving daily. Take advantage of incredible discounts with savings you won't find anywhere else. Hurry in! With Fred's Clearance Center's huge selection of heavily discounted name brand appliances, the inventory moves fast. For the best deals on appliances in Spokane, visit either of Fred's Clearance Centers today.
MASH is a must.
What more do you want?
It's MASH CTV on MeTV.
See what you started?
It's 2 full hours of MASH C laughs.
What about rank? Can I help it if I'm not as rank as you?
Weeknights beginning at 6 on MeTV 4.2.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Welcome back. Instagram is rolling out new safety features to better protect your kids online. ABC's Jacqueline Lee explains how these new teen accounts work and what steps the company is taking to make sure kids can't get around them.
The popular social media site Instagram today launching new account settings specifically designed for users under the age of 18, calling them teen accounts. Among the changes, a new privacy setting making all teen users' accounts private. By default, users younger than 16 will need a parent's permission to change their account settings.
There's restrictions on who can message your teen. There's content restrictions so that they see less inappropriate content. And even a reminder to leave Instagram once you hit an hour for the day.
While testifying at a Senate hearing in January, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg publicly apologized to parents who say their children were harmed due to social media.
We want to really give parents peace of mind, know these protections are in place. If they want to be involved, they'll be able to do things like set sleep mode, which turns the app off from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m.
These changes come amid increased concern about kids using social media. Earlier this year, the U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy calling for a warning label for social media sites.
We've seen in tobacco labels that they're effective in increasing awareness, but also in changing behavior.
Murthy citing research finding that teens spend about 3.5 hours a day on social media, doubling the risk of depression and anxiety symptoms. Instagram says they also have a plan to stop teens from trying to get around these protections.
Things like requiring a teen to verify their age if they try to change their birthday. Things like not allowing someone to create a new account with a different birthday on the same device. And we're working on ways to automatically detect those who might be lying about their age and then bring protections to those accounts as well.
The company says parents will be able to monitor their teen's account from their own Instagram accounts. Any new accounts will automatically feature the new protections. Existing accounts will switch within 60 days. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, Sean Diddy Combs pleads not guilty to multiple charges, including sex trafficking. We break down his alleged enterprise of abuse and how many years in prison he could face if convicted. Construction returns to West Spokane. Why business owners are unhappy about Cheney Spokane Road being torn up for the second time this year.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services, we are Mainstream.
Emma? My name's Emma, too. Are you? Yeah, you. In a few years. How? You went back to school. Finished your degree.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
The Gamma knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave.
Life has twists and curls, but you define them and make them bounce. TRESemmé Flawless Curls Defining Mousse. 24-hour hydrating curl definition. Style your life the way you want. TRESemmé. Style your way.
Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap.
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's the one call that's all, guys.
You deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
It's a familiar sound. The freshly repaved and striped Cheney Spokane Road in Latah Valley is ripped up once again, and it's no one's fault. This was planned by the city, confusing many, as only a week ago the road seemed as if it was finished. To jog your memory, the construction zone on your screen is on the west side of Highway 195 in West Spokane, and that's where our Hunter Bertram went today to see why a section of the new road didn't last long.
If you've taken Cheney Spokane Road this summer off of US 195, you know of the construction that looms over the area, and you might have even thought it was done when it was repaved and striped. However, there was one process that needed to be done out of order, causing the construction to rip up this road once again.
The city of Spokane says it needed to replace a water main and connect it to another pipe to ensure water flow. And before they could connect, the new water main needed to meet pressure and bacteria regulations. The best time to do this during this phase in the construction project, confusing business owners nearby. Susan Shelby thought,
"Oh no." We just want the road to open.
This comes after a challenging and long summer for businesses on Cheney Spokane Road. Many owners saying the construction deterred customers from making a trip to their establishment.
You know, our clients are reporting that they don't really know where to go. People are turning around.
We're just really hoping for the road construction to get done as soon as possible.
So when can we expect this construction project to end? The city says the paving in front of the businesses will be completed by the end of the week, as weather permits. But the whole stretch of the road construction is not expected to be done until sometime in October. So despite the dust and detours, Shelby hopes.
Come pave or gravel, just make your way through, and we'll be here.
Jessica Osborne says,
"I think we're in the home stretch, and that is awesome."
In Latah Valley, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
And another nearby road project will also change your commute next week. WashDOT is closing the northbound exit from Highway 195 to Cheney Spokane Road between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. starting Monday and ending on Friday. Let's take a live look now over downtown Spokane. Wow, what
That's
a
pretty.
gorgeous view. Earlier I said our shot looked like the heavens were opening up. I think this is even better, Chris.
Yes, you can tell we are right on the edge of where it is clear to the west, but you look straight up and it is cloudy.
Right.
We're gonna start seeing those clouds retreat for a sunny day tomorrow. But first, I am tracking some showers around the region. Let's take a look at our Doppler radar. We are just on the very far western edge of a system that's been producing thunderstorms through western Montana this afternoon and this evening, but we're starting to see a few sprinkles developing closer to home. We zoom in around the Newport area up towards Sandpoint and Priest Lake, just the very lightest of showers. You may run into a sprinkle or two this evening. We have a 20% chance of measurable rain through 10 o'clock, and then it goes down to 0 starting at midnight, and it's going to stay at 0 for a few days. We've got some pretty fall weather ahead. With the clearing skies, our temperatures will be dropping down to 42 in Deer Park. We'll be in the mid-40s in 9 Mile and Meade, as well as Spirit Lake, 50 in Spokane Valley and Liberty Lake, and 51 in Coeur d'Alene. A little bit warmer in North Idaho, where you will hang on to the clouds a little bit longer, and then that reverses tomorrow with our highs. Because you're going to hang on to the clouds a little bit longer, your highs will be a little bit cooler. 72 in Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, 70 in Spirit Lake. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s through the Spokane area, especially up around Deer Park, Meade. You'll be in the 70s. Our average high is 73. We'll have a high tomorrow of 75, 74 at 3 and at 5 o'clock. We'll start the day off in the 40s with some sunshine in the afternoon. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. This week is Child Passenger Safety Week, and the Spokane Valley Fire Department wants to make sure you and your family are using car seats correctly. The department is hosting free car seat inspections where they make sure that your car seat is installed correctly and that it's the right fit for your child. And we do want to remind you, under Washington law, children between the ages of 2 and 4 need to be in a car seat with a harness. You can find the link to schedule your appointment on KXLY.com. A Spokane yarn and knitting supply shop is back open after a fire damaged most of its inventory in February. Dozens of customers made their way back to Paradise Fibers to celebrate its reopening. Derek Strom caught up with the owner to talk about what challenges will still be ahead.
We marked our calendars.
We did. We marked it in our calendars and sent texts back and forth and planned to be here.
Paradise Fibers says the dozens of loyal customers that flock to the store for its reopening are who it's relying on to stay in business in the coming months. It already took months of hard work to restock its inventory after a fire and smoke damage ruined most of its inventory, but owner Bill Romine says there's plenty more work to do.
We're heading into the busy season. And if things go like they should, we should survive through that. And hope, that's all I can say is, we're doing our best, and it's a tough world out there. We're just part of it now.
Construction workers are still working to fix this wall that was damaged in the fire back in February, but Paradise Fibers was still able to reopen, and its loyal customers are very happy to see it back.
The people that work here are so nice, very helpful, very knowledgeable, and there is a huge selection of yarn.
Customers like Becky Burnett and Margie Llewellyn says they were devastated when they found out their favorite knitting store was forced to close, and even checked with the store several times about when it would reopen.
Oh, it's so
just really
nice.
good.
Yeah,
really
it's
nice.
really good, and to look at all the yarns again. We're just happy that they're open and happy to come back.
Owner Bill Romine says they brought on a few new employees for the reopening, but many of them stuck around even after the fire. Loyalty from customers and employees are what make him cautiously optimistic about Paradise Fibers continuing to rise from the ashes.
We're going to have to cross our fingers and do what we think is best, and we'll just see how it turns out.
In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Glad to see them back open. Well, 4 Mountain West schools have already agreed to join the Pac-12, and there could be more to come.
Yeah, Washington State, of course, is right in the middle of it. How the players and coaches feel about Pac-12 expansion and where it could leave the program in the near future. That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Jacobs Custom Living.
The Advocates are a team of dedicated
personal injury lawyers who
are prepared to go to trial.
So getting the maximum recovery amount
is the reason we never back down.
So when you're injured,
call the Advocates.
Wow. It's like we finish
each other's sentences.
When you own a home or cabin, there's nothing better than spending time on your deck. And the best place to get your decking materials is from the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
Windsor Plywood.
Right now, get great end-of-season specials on closeout decking.
The new Toyotas are rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota.
And that means great deals on your favorite rides with low financing available now.
This week at Findlay.
Findlay Toyotas Downtown.
What's all this?
You said it was a recovery day. I got my yoga mat, foam roller, electrolytes, and protein bars. The whole setup.
Refrigerant recovery, Ben. We're recovering the refrigerant to fix the heat pump.
Oh, right. I knew that. Want a protein bar?
Get a free heat pump with every furnace purchase at Bill's Heating and AC while supplies last. Call now.
Electrolyte?
Ben, take the robe off.
My name is Bob Rambo, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had lymphoma. I was kind of scared to death, and the doctors recommended I go to Summit Cancer Center. Everybody on the staff there is super neat, nice, and it's kind of like a homecoming. I had lymphoma, and they cured that. I'm very thankful for this cancer center.
Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Donnie, and I'm not, but I am an advocate.
So am I.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
Seriously injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
That's us.
All of us.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor with 4 News Now. When you call 911, you expect help right away. But when an intruder broke in at Spokane Valley City Hall, 911 callers say they couldn't get through.
I was on hold for a while, so I tried with another line.
I did some digging and discovered they weren't alone. More and more callers say 911 wait times are too long. What's really going on? And what could go wrong the next time you call for help? Watch my investigation Thursday on 4 News Now at 6.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to sports. I'm Julian Minenso. The Washington State Cougars have a short turnaround with a Friday night game against San Jose State this week. Now, this game is their first in the slate of Mountain West opponents this season. In this week's Cougar Chalk Talk, Sydney Berger explains how the new opponents and conference realignment isn't changing Washington State's focus.
Washington State and Oregon State have decided on expansion rather than diffusion. So for now, the Pac-12 conference will live on, but like just about everything else in the college football world, it's going to have a pretty different look.
Well, I think at some point, we need to grab hold of our future and create it.
Rather than waiting for another conference to come knocking at the door, Washington State University opened the door themselves, welcoming 4 Mountain West teams into the Pac-12. Jake Dickert says he believes administration felt this expansion was urgent.
I know there's tons of work behind the scenes to forge a new future for the Pac-12, and I think adding 4 teams was obviously what they felt was best in those moments.
Beginning in the 2026 football season, Boise State, San Diego State, Colorado State, and Fresno State will join the Pac-12. But the conference additions aren't changing Dickert's focus.
The only thing, once again, I'm focused on is us. What are we going to do to advance, to stay ahead? Because those are 4 teams that, we've worked for a long time to stay ahead of. Without a doubt.
With a slate of Mountain West games in front of the Cougars, the chance to stay ahead of these teams is at their fingertips.
There's some dudes in the Mountain West. There's no drop off. They might have a smaller reputation as programs, but they're good.
I wouldn't consider it a step down at all. We're full aware of what's heading our way, and we're more than ready for it.
And more additions to the Pac-12 are inevitable if the conference wants to meet NCAA and FBS requirements. Reporting in Pullman, Sydney Berger, 4 News Now, Sports.
All right, thank you, Sydney. And some of those additions could be teams from the American Conference. According to Pac-12 writer John Canzano, the Pac-12 is set to talk with Memphis and Tulane about potentially joining the conference. Canzano also says UTSA is a possibility due to the San Antonio TV market. Now, the Pac-12 needs at least 2 more schools by 2026 to be considered a full FBS conference. And the Mountain West may look to backfill after losing 4 of its most prominent members to the Pac-12. One option is to elevate schools from the FCS level, such as Eastern Washington and Idaho. Now, the Eagles do not think they would be included in any conference realignment discussions, and Idaho prefers to stay in the Big Sky.
It'll all play out, and then after it's all done, everybody will wonder what domino next to fall. But I don't think that domino is going to be us.
I love the rivalries we have with the Montana and Montana State schools. I think those are very fun games for our fan bases. You know, I'd love to probably continue to be with them more so than, play New Mexico and Wyoming. That I think if they would decide to leave, that would make that maybe more attractive.
Ironically enough, Eastern Washington plays a Mountain West opponent on Saturday against Nevada. Idaho hits the road to take on Abilene Christian. And the Game of the Week poll is heating up so far. Northwest Christian and Freeman have tallied 57% of the votes with more than 400 responses. There's still time to vote for the Game of the Week. Just scan the QR code there on your screen. The winner chosen Thursday, and then will be the featured matchup during Friday Night Sports Extra this week. So we got Friday Night Sports Extra, Game of the Week on Friday, and also the Cougs play on Friday. Short week for them, so we're going to be all over the Inland Northwest this week. Should be fun, though.
Yeah, Game of the Week still on. Even if you guys last week were in Seattle, it was so exciting to see you and Sydney Berger live, but this week will be normal.
This week will be back to normal, yeah.
All right, thanks, Julian. Well, hey, this month you can support young athletes by donating old soccer gear. The Spokane Velocity and Spokane Zephyr are holding a gear drive to make sure every athlete can play the game they love. You can drop off new or gently used soccer gear like cleats, shin guards, and jerseys at any Les Schwab location near you. These items will be donated to the kids from the 90 Plus Project. This is a nonprofit that makes sure every kid can play soccer regardless of their family's ability to pay.
We're showing young kids that it is possible to be a professional athlete and being a part of a professional organization. And as a professional athlete, it's your job to give back to the people who are supporting you.
Donation bins can be found at Les Schwab locations throughout Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and you can also donate at the Zephyr game this Sunday. By donating there, you'll be able to get a buy one, get one ticket offer for an upcoming home game. On Capitol Hill, Republicans in the Senate rejected a bill that guaranteed Americans access to in vitro fertilization. The final tally was 51-44, with 2 GOP senators voting alongside their Democratic colleagues. Although many Republicans say they support IVF, they say this Democratic-led legislation is overreaching. Shortly before Tuesday's failed vote, Senate Democrats blocked a Republican-backed IVF bill, saying it didn't, quote, meaningfully protect IVF.
4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be gorgeous for the next few days. Sunny and mid-70s in Spokane. We'll stay dry through Saturday, and fall officially starts on Sunday. I'll be back with your 7-day and your 8 to 14-day outlook after the break.
Ooh, one more look at this beautiful sunset we can see from our sky cam here at 4 News Now. Go outside, enjoy it, but come right back after this short commercial break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Allie S. asks, how many devices can my Wi-Fi handle?
That's an easy one, Allie. The average home has more devices than ever.
But our gateways are engineered to handle hundreds.
So not only will they work today,
they'll also work tomorrow.
That's our new intern.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Power all your devices with fast, reliable Xfinity Internet for just $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff.
Selection. Wendell Ford has it. Supply chains have bounced back, and our inventory is stronger than ever. F-150, Super Duty, Bronco Sport, and the F-150 Lightning. Even certified used vehicles with Ford's Blue Advantage. Great selection, great service, and great financing options. Don't delay. Visit Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division and drive for generations.
Stan, why would Stanton Optical choose a penguin as their spokesbird?
They're not your typical eye care company. I'm not your typical penguin.
How is Stanton Optical different from all the other eye care services?
Reliable professional advice. Same-day glasses, unbeatable prices, and eye exams whenever you need them. I could go on.
Stan?
Yes?
How does it feel to be the new face of Stanton Optical?
We're a team. There's no I in eye care. Wait, you know what I mean. Get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays. Just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
Funny Girl is the theatrical event of the season. Entertainment Weekly raves. Funny Girl is a love letter to the big old-fashioned Broadway musical. Don't miss Funny Girl. Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts October 1st through the 6th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Next Live, Colin Farrell from The Penguin and ABC's first Golden Bachelorette, Joan Bassos. Plus, it's Record Breaker Week.
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Honda.
Well, let's talk about our sunset tonight. You saw it on the camera there. It is at 6:57, less than 10 minutes away, 8 minutes away. In fact, here's another view of that beautiful sunset. And I took a look here and you can see some Virga off in the distance. In addition to that pretty sunset, I just started to notice those streaks a minute ago, and sure enough, I pulled up the radar and we do have just a few sprinkles out around Medical Lake and west of Cheney, down around Sprague. We have this very weak disturbance that we are just getting brushed with that's producing those sprinkles, and we have the chance to see those for the next few hours before we begin clearing out later tonight. I want to show you our temperature trend. Today we hit 70 degrees. We're going to be up at 75 tomorrow, mid-70s on Thursday. This is our average high right now. We'll be down in the lower 70s by this time next week for our average high. So pretty close to average, if not a little bit above, through the 7-day forecast. Our coolest days Saturday and Monday at 71 degrees. That trend of average temperatures looks like it may trend toward the above average range as we get in the 8 to 14 day forecast. This is September 25th through October 1st, and we're in the orange. We're not in a particularly dark shade of orange, just light orange, but all around us we have a stronger signal of above average precipitation. It will likely come down to temperatures that will likely come down to whether or not we get any precipitation. As to those temperatures, right now we are leaning toward drier than average conditions, but again, we are just in this very, very light brown color, September 25th through October 1st. I have a friend planning an outdoor wedding at the end of September. Debbie, I'm still keeping an eye on September 28th, but right now it's just a little bit iffy, but trending toward warm and dry. We do have warm and dry weather for the next several days until we get into Sunday. A weak disturbance that looks like it's going to be passing to our north and weakening quite a bit as it crosses the Cascades. Just gives us a 20% chance of showers for that first day of fall. Otherwise, we are dry through the 7-day forecast. High temperatures in the 70s, and I am keeping a very close eye on those overnight lows. No sign of frost in the 7-day forecast. Kirsten.
Now I'm just thinking about Debbie's wedding.
I know, me too. I'm thinking a lot about it. It's the 28th.
All right, we got to keep tabs. Well, around the nation tonight, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs pleaded not guilty to multiple charges, federal charges, including sex trafficking in a New York courtroom. Some of the accusations stem all the way back to 2008. And we do want to warn you, some of the details in this case may be disturbing. CNN's Laura Aguirre has the latest.
The newly unsealed federal indictment charges Sean Diddy Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and interstate transportation for prostitution.
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Graphic details in the indictment accuse Combs and his associates of allegedly forcing female victims to engage in sex acts with commercial sex workers.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them.
Combs is accused of using drugs to keep his victims compliant, among other tactics.
He was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
Earlier this year, law enforcement raided homes owned by Combs in Miami and LA, seizing a cache of weapons and digital recordings along with other evidence.
He's not guilty. He's innocent of these charges.
Combs' defense attorney firm in his client's innocence.
To his great credit, he voluntarily came to New York. Not a lot of defendants do that.
The rapper appeared in court Tuesday afternoon, joined by family members seen arriving earlier. If he's convicted, prosecutors say he faces up to life in prison.
He's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might and the full confidence of his lawyers.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Next DT.
It's big, it's loud.
Chris Hemsworth and the crew of Transformers 1. Plus, we're at 90s Con with the stars of Melrose Place and the Charmed cast remembers Shannon Doherty. Next.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
You know who I am, ain't had to say my name. Stick it up like Tetris, but this money ain't it star. I get money, I'm a star. I get money, I'm a star.
Dancing with the Stars premieres live tonight on ABC.
I kind of get it now. The massaging seats in this Mercedes are sublime.
Told you.
I needs me one of these.
I need one for each day of the week to match my shoes.
Well, at the rate that Northern Quest is giving them away, it's...
Need the script?
It doesn't matter.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz on September 28th, only at Northern Quest.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. What comes to mind when you hear the phrase long-term care? The reality is that it comes in many forms depending on the situation. Washington State strives to support programs that allow aging adults to live in their own homes where they want to be. Whether it be health and personal care, transportation assistance, or support from our state's long-term care insurance program, there are many resources for our loved ones in addition to their caregivers. Find tools and tips at this website.
Hi, I'm Chris with Tactical Plumbing. We're a well-known, locally owned company with a great reputation with our customers. While the new housing boom stays strong, we are excited to announce that we are growing our company to provide homeowners with our precision services.
Tactical Plumbing has over 30 years of combined experience, and we are now booking residential service and repair. Tactical Plumbing providing our community with carefully planned and strategically executed plumbing solutions.
Call us or visit our website today for all of your plumbing needs.
I have 2 options for you to take a look at.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel,
Just watch yourself there. So here, guys, we're gonna rip everything down to the stud.
Rebath is with you every step of the way, from design and products to removal and installation.
Okay, what do you guys think?
We handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Windsor Plywood.
One more look at that planning forecast. I like it. Sunny 70s, that's my favorite.
We're just talking about having dinner outside on the patios.
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
a little chilly, but like the right kind. I think.
Sweater weather.
Oh. We'll see you for Nightside at 11.